All right. Well, welcome everyone. I'm in Central Time, so it is like 2 minutes after afternoon for me. But so glad that you all are here. My name is Dr. James Winfield. My students just call me Dr. J, and I'm so glad and elated to be among you all today. But the focus is you all for this session. We are here for the Making Good Connections webinar. Congrats on your initial journey on coming into SNHU, and we are going to provide you with just a listing of some resources and support during our time here today. So you'll be able to put a face with names of offices that are here to support you. So what we're going to cover today are SNHU Connect and student involvement. We're going to talk about career services. We're going to hear from our folks in academic support about how to leverage those services so that you can make the best of your academic experience and get the support that you need, whether it is academic coaching or peer tutoring. Then the library, which is an amazing resource. We have a great online library and physical library as well, but a robust level of services to support you as you write your papers, do research, and just look up factual content that's available for you all. Alumni engagement, we want you all to continue to be engaged with SNHU, not just currently as students, but as you persist beyond that. And then last couple of things we're going to talk quickly about SNHU 107 and IDS 105. Many of you are enrolled in those courses as a first point of entry into SNHU, and then a brief overview of the peer mentorship program. And I'll talk about that just a little bit later. So once again, my name is Dr. James Winfield. As mentioned, Dr. J is what my students call me. I also serve as an adjunct instructor here as well, where I teach IDS 105 and sometimes SNHU 107. Just a couple of housekeeping things for this presentation. Do not worry about, your microphones not working or your cameras not working. That is, you don't have to worry about any of that for this session. Just post any questions that you may have via the chat. Me and my colleagues, we will be responding to those as quickly as we can so that we can make sure that you get connected and address any concerns or questions that you may have. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and move a little bit forward. And I forgot to tell you what I do. I serve as the Associate Dean of FYE and Retention. So in a nutshell, what that means and what the relevance is to you all is that my job is to ensure that you have one of the better and best experiences in your first year at SNHU. So that includes the orientation that you all will take. So as a quick, I guess you can use the React emojis, like how many of you have taken FYE 101 or participated in FYE 101? All right, I see some thumbs up. Great, great, good to hear. Go ahead and make sure that you dive into that because guess what? Brightspace, which is what FYE 101 is in. That's the hub where your classes are going to be. So it's to help you get oriented on that. And also a lot of the resources that we're talking about today, if you're like, wait a minute, I cannot remember how to access that, those resources are also available in FYE 101, which is our official orientation. It's not long. Go ahead, get in there, knock it out, and you'll have the information that you need to get started. But there's going to be a lot of information presented to you today, but in an engaging way. But for me, what I want you all to leave with in my time with you is to remember these three words: persist, engage, and network. Persist, engage, network is an acronym, PEN, PEN, which is a play on our mascot, the Penman. So I want you to persist from term to term. Our first year experience is that our mantra is that we want you to persist from term to term. We want you to just make those solid goals that you have and then engage with those goals and engage with a myriad of resources here at the institution. So engage is that next tier. Then we want you to network. We want you to network with your peers like you're doing in this chat. You are taking the opportunity and advantage of this space, sharing a little bit about yourselves, your majors, sometimes that develop some small connections to where you can, who knows, find a study partner or something along those lines. And then also with networking, we want you to network with your your faculty, so your instructors in your courses, your academic advisors, your admissions counselors, like all of them have been so supportive of you all, and make sure that you stay in touch with them. Because guess what? Who knows, if you decide to pursue graduate study, you might need a letter of recommendation. And having one of the instructors that you've worked with in one of the courses will be a great benefit to you all. So I already talked about FYE 101. Just once again, it teaches you how to navigate Brightspace, customizes to your personal needs based upon the curriculum or major that you're in, and then getting to know your program, and then also reaffirming those supports that are being presented to you all today. So with that being said, I'm going to stop talking and hand it over to my dynamic colleagues across the campus to ensure that you know about the great resources here. And first, we're going to start off with Mandy, who works in student involvement. Hand it over to you, Mandy.
Thanks, James. And just a quick thing, I'm seeing some people having issues with audio. The sound is on, so if you are having issues, try logging out and back in, allowing audio. And then at the top, there is 3 dots that say more, and just check your audio settings. So if you're having some issues, try logging out, come back in, and then try those. But good news is we are recording it. So worst case, you can watch the recording. So thank you, James. I'm excited to be here today. How is everybody? How's everybody doing? You can react, type in the chat. How's everybody feeling? I see some hearts. Okay, we've got lots of reactions happening. This is exciting. Okay, I'm going to be long-winded. I'm going to be transparent. I have a lot to talk to you about, so I'm trying to go as fast as I can. And the good news is a lot of the work that our teams do and my colleagues that are here to talk to you today, they all intertwine with each other. But I'm excited to kick us off. And again, I have a lot to share, and the chat goes very, very fast. So just make sure if you have a question, try to hold it for the end, and then I will make sure to answer questions. I'm going to post a ton of helpful links in the chat after. So just stay tuned and hold those questions if you can. All right, James, next slide, please. All right, so why get involved? We found that over time, the more students get involved, the more they realize is the opportunities they have in reference to what is available at Southern New Hampshire University. So it is not just about the classes you take, though I like to say that that is very, very important. It can also be about the relationships that you make. So just like you all have been doing in the chat and sharing, which is wonderful, we are hoping that with SNHU Connect that you can do that in that environment, which I'm going to share a little bit more about, and with some of the activities that our offices hosts and sponsors for the Office of Student Involvement. So in SNHU Connect, we are hoping that you find ways to relate, find things you have in common, find someone that may be taking the same degree as you or live in the same town as you, or somebody who doesn't and you just want to get to know. So we hope that it creates a sense of belonging for our students, which is the goal of the Office of Student Involvement, is to create belonging for students no matter where you are in the world. Doesn't matter if you're on campus, which I am actually on today, or if you're online. We want you to feel a connection to the university, and that is the whole role of our office. So SNHU Connect, like I said, is one of the ways that we can accomplish this, and it's a private online space that is only for students in our programs and our competency-based programs. And a lot of times students will find SNHU Connect but aren't quite sure how to navigate it. I'm going to go into a little bit of what that is today, but it's a very, very similar layout to some other social media platforms. So James, next slide, please. All right, so this is our SNHU Connect page on My SNU, which I hope you have all been in My SNU and have been checking that out. But you can log into SNHU Connect right from My SNU, so that's very exciting. And like I said, SNHU Connect is an online platform where you will make friends with people from all over the country, even the same town, even the world. And hopefully you'll meet students in different programs as well as your own that will encourage you along your educational journey. It serves as our virtual student center. So right now I'm seated in the actual student center on campus, but this is our virtual student center for online students, which houses the functions of our office so that you can interact as an online student. So what you want to do is log into the online community, complete your profile, introduce yourself, make sure to browse all the groups and spaces that are in SNHU Connect. This is really important, especially because you all are starting soon. You will get access to SNHU Connect about a week after you've registered for your first classes. So if you have just registered or it hasn't been a week yet and you try logging in today and it doesn't work, that's why. So just give it a little more time. But if it's been over a week and you've registered, reach out to us at connect@snu.edu, and I'll put that email in the chat in a little bit. let us know and we'll troubleshoot with you. But that's a big thing. If you've just registered for your classes, it takes about a week to get that access. But when you're in there, don't be afraid to click around, see what you can find. And of course, you can email us, which I'll share that email at the end of my presentation if you have any questions. Next slide, James. So what else can you do on SNU Connect? You can meet peers, you can build your network. So by visiting the advanced people search in SNHU Connect, it's great because when you enter a certain combination of search criteria, you can put home city, degree, state, program, and click search. It's going to populate all the people that fit that criteria. So you can follow them, click on their profile to learn more about them, connect with them, share email addresses, chat with them, just like you were doing in the chat. We're hoping you do that in SNHU Connect. SNHU Connect is the only approved university platform, and I want to make sure that you know that. So if you see any other spaces in Facebook, Discord, those are not SNHU approved or recognized. SNHU Connect is the only approved space for our clubs, for our office. So just make sure that you're using this platform as opposed to those other platforms. One thing I would love for you to do, you can see on the screen there's a blue avatar. So it would be great when you go into SNHU Connect to add a profile picture. It shows that you're a real person, that you want to connect, and that you want to use SNHU Connect for what it is meant for, building relationships outside of the classroom. So again, make sure you complete your profile so that students can find you. And if you don't have access quite yet, which I'll send some login information at the end of the presentation, just give it a week and then you should have access. Next slide, James. All right, I'm going to ask a question. You can use the emotions or the chat. Pick your poison. Have any of you joined or looked at our clubs or organizations yet? I'm going to pause. Oh, I see some. Okay. All right, we've got some reactions. This is exciting. I see a shocked reaction. So my guess is you didn't know they existed. That's okay. We're going to go over that. Okay. Yes. Not yet, but interested. Okay, no worries. Let me talk to you a little bit about what they are. So all of our clubs are housed in SNHU Connect. So that's exciting. So once you get in there, you can look, and each of the clubs listed on this page have a page that you can look and see what kind of content is being posted in the club, what kind of events they're hosting, which is awesome. So we have educational clubs, social clubs, university sponsor clubs, and all of our clubs exist and they're free, and they all exist as a way to join and get involved in your educational journey. They are optional. You do not have to do them, but you can join as soon as today. All you have to do if you want to join the roster to a club, you'll see each of these, like I said, has a page in SNHU Connect. In the top left corner, there'll be an email. So you just email that club and say, hey, I'd love to join the roster of the book club, and then you can get added. If you're not quite sure you want to get added yet, you can just follow the page and see what happens in the page, attend some events. You don't have to officially join, but if you decided that you want to join and that you're ready, all you have to do is email. We suggest starting with 1 to 2, especially with being new to school, to see how it goes and then join more clubs from there. And this is also an opportunity to, if you wanted to develop some leadership skills. All of these clubs have executive boards, which are their president, vice president, secretary. So if you got involved in, say, the book club and you're like, ooh, I would love to be the secretary for a book club, you could, when the elections happen, potentially run for the secretary and see if you win that election and work with the club to create content for your space, which is very exciting. All of them have events that are virtual. Sometimes they partner together and do series together, which is really fun. And again, all of them are housed in SNU Connect. So make sure you check them out. And if you're interested, like I said, all you have to do is email them and ask to join the roster. Next slide, please, James. Club Hub. So I just shared that long list of clubs, but if you didn't see one that you'd like to start, this is where you go to propose that idea. So Club is our virtual student lounge where all of our clubs and organizations post various content. They share things, their events that are happening. But let's say you wanted to start, I'll just say, a parents club. You would bring that idea there and you'd say, hey, is anyone interested in a parents club? And then you'd also want to make sure, which I'll post those links at the end of my presentation, to read through what you need to do to create a club. It's getting members, creating a constitution. So, but this is where you start and where you would look to see, is anyone even interested in the club that I want to start? It is another great place to get to know what our clubs are doing, what events they're happening, and to know your student organization. So make sure to check this out if you're interested in any of our clubs. Next slide, please, James. Okay, we also have 5 honor societies, which is very, very exciting. So if you qualify for any of these honor societies, you will get an invitation once a year to your SNHU email. So I always like to pause here and just share how important it is to make sure you are checking your SNHU email. Check it often. That is the primary place that anybody, and most secure place that anybody from SNHU will reach out to make sure that they are getting in touch with you about your classes, opportunities like honor societies. So please make sure you are checking that email often. Get in the habit of it. We really shouldn't be using your personal email, so make sure that you're checking that SNHU email. And by doing so, if you get an invitation to any of these honor societies, it will be in your SNHU email. There are deadlines for each of these societies, so you want to pay close attention to that email to make sure that you don't miss the deadline. They are also completely optional, and they send invitations once a year. The only honor society that sends invitations twice a year is the National Society of Leadership and Success, but everybody else is once a year. So if you qualify, you don't have to nominate yourself. All you have to do is wait, and that email will come to you, and you can make sure to fill out your application by the time the deadline comes. But I will say there is a one-time lifetime membership fee for all of these honor societies, so just keep that in mind. But again, they are completely optional, and you do not have to participate if you do not want to. So again, you can opt in or out. Some of them are for undergraduate students, some of them are for graduate students, but we also have spaces for all of these pages in SNHU Connect as well. So if you want to learn more about an honor society, go ahead and check out that page in SNHU Connect. Next slide, please, James. All right, so we try to also host as many events as we can, and one of the ways we do this is by joining forces with our amazing Alumni Engagement Office, and Allie is here to talk to you later today. So we love to have fun events. We love to allow students to network. We also try to invite family when we're able to do so. We've gone to places like Topgolf, Monster Mini Golf, Red Bull Stadium. We just went to Ohio, I think it was last week, and did an event at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So we try to travel as much as we can to students, but we also have online webinars and conferences and events for you to attend too. We have a virtual leads conference, which happens every year in March. So pay close attention to your email for that. Homecoming and Global Days of Service are amazing events that our alumni team is going to chat with you about, and we partner with them on. All of these are listed on our events calendar, which I will share a link to at the end of my presentation, and they all exist as a way to help you connect as an online student. And the question I often get is, ooh, if you're coming to my area, or ooh, is there a webinar? How do I know? Your SNHU email. So pay close attention to that SNHU email. If we are coming to your area, you will get an email and you can register. It is first come, first serve. So if an event gets full, they do often have wait lists that you can join, but pay close attention because you want to get that spot. And our online webinars are often happening. They happen usually every month, and you'll get an invitation to that in your SNHU email as well. Spoiler alert, in the next, I think the invitation went out yesterday. We're coming to Chicago, October 25th. So if you're in the Chicago area, I'll post that link in the chat as well. Next slide, please, James. All right, so learning communities are also set up as spaces available for you to connect with others. There are also groups on this page that you can participate in that are career, social, student support related. You can find information on this page on our Student Engagement Council along with their application eligibility and criteria. The Student Engagement Council is a group that meets with our staff from SNHU to support and gather feedback on your experience at SNHU, and they are all assigned groups in SNHU Connect to engage with as well. So it's a great leadership opportunity. And I don't know if Melanie's here today or if James is going to talk to you, but we do have a group called New Student Connections, which I encourage you to check out in SNHU Connect. And we have a page called SNHU Spirit. So if you are on the hunt for swag, such as a hat or a beach towel or a beach bag, we often post giveaways on those pages. So SNHU Spirit is one to definitely follow and check out. And today I'm going to be posting in the New Student Connections page a giveaway. So pay attention after this webinar because you'll see that in there. And please enter and leave a comment, and you'll be entered to receive entered for a giveaway for this webinar, which is very exciting. So check out the New Student Connections page in SNHU Connect after this presentation. Next slide, please, James. All right, that was a lot. I talked a lot. I warned you. But in closing, here's a picture of an event that was posted in California. We love to get students together, whether that is in person or online. We can't wait to see you at a future event, to see you in SNHU Connect. And again, I promise I will post all the links in the chat that I was going to share, our email address. I'll answer all your questions and I'll be present. So please let me know if you have any. And I'll turn it over to the next presenter.
Awesome. Thank you, Mandy. I'm so excited to be here with all of you this afternoon. There has been a flurry of engagement and connection in the chat, so I love to see it. Keep it coming. But once again, I'm happy to be here with all of you today. I'm rocking my SNHU hoodie myself, so I saw a few people wanting to get their SNHU hoodies. Get your hands on them. They're so comfortable and wonderful. But I'll just go ahead and kick things off for our SNHU Career Services portion of this presentation. So my name is Alyssa Laskowski, and I'm the Career Engagement Partner within the Career Services team here at SNHU. So my team focuses on connecting students with career services and our resources early on in their programs. And so, for those of you who have not heard about Career Services, we are a free career advising and career exploration service for current online students and a free lifetime service for all of our graduates and alumni. And so, now I'm going to talk about how Career Services can be of benefit to you here and now. So, James, next slide, please. Wonderful. And I'm going to add a few resources here into the chat so you can take a peek at those. But so many of our students here are attending college for a variety of career related reasons. Either they want to explore a new career, or maybe advance within their current one. And you might not realize it, but your SNHU Career Services team offers many different support services related to getting you prepared for your next career venture. Our team can partner with you to help you outline your unique career plan during your college program. However, it seems that most students wait until after graduation to begin connecting with us. And we totally understand. It can be intimidating, maybe even overwhelming to think about your career plans. We get that. Everybody definitely feels that way. But our career services team can help facilitate your next steps no matter where you are in your career journey. And trust me, you will get the best results if you connect with our team and our career resources much earlier than your graduation day. This way, you can explore what careers interest you and then plan out and take more focused academic courses that best align with your unique career aspirations. And so I know it may not seem like a priority right now while you're just getting started or just getting used to your coursework, but I can't emphasize enough the importance of reaching out to us early in your program to start planning those potential career paths that best suit you. Next slide, please. So, whether you're starting a new career or maybe looking to advance in your field, our team can assist you in a variety of different ways. Don't know what careers are out there for you? That is not a problem. That's exactly why our team is here. We can help you start that exploration journey and process here and now. So, students can reach out via email or call our SNHU career team directly anytime during your academic program. Our career advisors are located nationwide, and we have over 70 plus professional career advisors on the team. And so SNU Career Advisors can provide individualized virtual support to students geared towards goal setting, professional resume and cover letter, and even portfolio assistance, interview preparation, job and internship search strategies, salary negotiation tactics, and even personal social media branding help. We also work with you if you're interested in pursuing an internship, and we host career events that students can attend throughout the academic year. So don't wait to reach out. We are here to support your career journey no matter where you may be starting from. Next slide, please. In June of 2024, we launched our new virtual career center site for SNHU online students and alumni called Career 360. So Career 360 is your new central resource hub for all SNHU career services offerings. With access to customized job and internship postings, a specialized career event schedule and calendar, and a comprehensive collection of industry-focused career resources that are provided by our SNHU career services advisors, Career 360 offers a plethora of information to support you throughout every stage of your professional career journey. Next slide, please. So, what does Career 360 offer? SNHU online students and alumni can explore the homepage, which has dedicated menus to browse to get you started. So, for example, you can click the People We Connect to learn more about how our career advisors can support you as an online student and alumni. You can also click and explore affinities and identities. This menu to explore diversity specific resources, including job searching, internships, and much more. You can also click the Explore Industries menu to browse specific career resources by your degree or major, as well as other professional industries that interest you. You can also view the Build Career Skills menu to explore resources on resumes, interview, job and internship searching, and much more. And lastly, you'll see our entire events calendar so that you can register to attend any of our upcoming career events. Next slide, please. So as I noted, Career 360 also gives you the chance to explore specific industry-based career communities that are in business, education, healthcare, liberal arts, social sciences, and STEM. And once you find your ideal career community, you can also browse specific career resources, LinkedIn Learning classes, highlighted jobs and internships, as well as career videos. If you're looking for more career help, you can find a ton of information related to resumes and cover letters, how to earn certifications, how to network, how you can negotiate a job offer, how to prepare for interviews, assess your current career interest by taking a career assessment, preparing for graduate school, or even starting your internship or job search. Career 360 gives you the power to take your career to new heights. Next slide, please. So in closing, I cannot emphasize enough the amazing career support that is available through our SNHU Career Services team. And so you may be asking, well, what can I do right now to get some career help? Some simple steps would be first to check out and bookmark our career services website, Career 360, or contact our career advising team anytime for more one-on-one personalized help and career advice. To note, I'm going to be adding the links here in the chat box momentarily, so you can take a look at those, as well as Career 360 will be available in your Brightspace courses soon, so we'll be updating those resources. And I will also echo what has been said before about checking that SNHU email. We here on the Career Services team are constantly emailing our students through SNHU emails to alert you on career events, job leads, career resources, and much, much more. So thank you all so much for your time today, and I will now hand it off to our next presenter.
Thanks, Alyssa. That is me. My name is Allison. We've got a lot of A names today presenting. And Alyssa, I will mention to everybody that I send a lot of people your way and they come back saying that it is fantastic and they have a great experience with career. So take that as a testimonial, everybody. My name is Allison. I'm one of the many people who you will meet or might meet at academic support when you come visit us. Has anybody clicked on and been in academic support yet? You can do a reaction if you have. If not, we have a lot of things, and even if you have, there's a lot of things maybe you didn't get to try yet. So I'll be going over some of those. We have a lot of things to help make your learning experience amazing and bring your best self to SNHU. And we have a lot of things to help you persist, engage, and network, which I'm going to go over during my time with you today. Next slide, please. So this is our mission statement, and this is just a little infographic about some of the options that we're going to go through today. We really are here to help you and make the best of this experience. So math tutoring, yes, I see you. I get it. We have that. Skip to the next slide, please. Okay, so where are we? We are in your classroom. So when you're in Brightspace, if you go to just above the banner, you'll see a little clickable link, academic support. We're also under your module. We're also accessible in online student services area and help. So there's a lot of ways to get to us. This is the quickest, easiest way that we provide a visual for. Click on academic support and you will see a message saying hello and then your name. And then you'll see a bunch of tiles going over everything that we're going over today. So if you don't remember everything that we have, it's there explained for you. And I'm going to pop a little video into the chat so that you have that going over everything too. I just like to give some personalized tips and tricks about academic support. Go ahead to the next slide, please. So if you are looking for a quick question, having trouble getting started, you're working really late or really early, we have 24/7 drop-in. It is convenient, no appointment necessary. It's usually text-based chat. There is an audio option, which sometimes you have to wait a little bit longer for, but you can get help in math, English, history, all of the kind of the major areas, technology. They have a whiteboard that they can share with you and answer questions. It's really good for like those quick, I'm just a little bit stuck and need a little bit of support, things that you can manage through a chat. And I hear really great things about people working with them, and we have some really great tutors over there helping. Next slide, please. Written feedback. So if you're a little nervous about your writing and you just want a second set of eyes on your paper before your teacher gives you a grade, this is a really good thing to utilize. You just upload your draft. There's a form for you to fill out. You give the human who is looking at your draft information. So it's an actual person who's giving you some feedback. It comes within 12 hours. So I always say plan for a day. That way you have time to read it and do something with the feedback, and it helps you be accountable for getting things done on time. You fill out this form, give the person information so that they can tailor the feedback to you specifically and what you're concerned about. You can let them know about feedback you received from your instructor, for example. You pop it in there, give them the draft, and it comes back to you within 12 hours with some things that you might consider improving. And maybe there isn't any improvement needed too. So this is a great option for all of those classes that have some writing. Next slide, please. If you are enjoying this experience and like being with other learners, this is that area of networking that we talked about in the Penn model. We have so many workshops. We have workshops, office hours, drop-in sessions where you come with questions. There's something running every single day. You can use your camera, have your camera on and the audio and talk with people if you feel comfortable with that. You can use the chat. These are run by our fantastic peer tutors and academic coaches. And we just like to get everybody engaged and talking about things. We have some math workshops, we have writing workshops, we have study skills workshops, everything you can imagine. And if you don't see what you're looking for, you can always give us some suggestions, because we're always looking to support you in the best ways possible. So after workshops, let's do the next slide, please. We have one-on-one support. So if you want to meet with somebody individually, we have two pathways for this. We have peer tutors who, think about this like, I might not need to meet a lot of times on this, but I think I need a little bit more than that chat. I probably need to talk with somebody. It's a full 45-minute session where you get to talk with somebody who is currently or just recently graduated from SNHU. So completely has been there in that nervous, excited role that you're mentioning, completely empathetic and understanding, has a lot of tips and subject knowledge. You can have a 45-minute session with them in that content area and really dig into what they know about your history class or your psychology class and help you get the most out of the assignment and make sure you're really prepared to submit some things. So it's a full 45 minutes where you can really just talk and get better understanding. And the appointments with peer tutors are based on availability. You can book them every 72 hours. So we want a little space in between when you meet with the peer tutors, just so everybody gets a chance to meet with them, because they're fantastic. Academic coaches like myself are people who have a lot of experiences in learning, as well as I myself am a first-generation college student, as well as my husband. Many of my wonderful academic coach colleagues have also been students at SNHU or SNHU and are currently enrolled in classes sometimes as well. So you have a lot of knowledge and experience from the academic coaches. We focus on those skills that help you be a successful learner, like time management, reading comprehension, strengthening academic skills, those types of things that will help in every single course. So if you're starting to notice patterns or you're just really nervous about things and want to build up some confidence, we can develop a 3-week coaching plan to help build your confidence and make you feel better about the whole learning experience. And you can absolutely work with both a peer tutor and an academic coach. And all of our services, you don't have to just pick one, you can try them all. Okay, next slide, please. So peer tutoring, when you schedule with a peer tutor, this is what it looks like. There's a subject area, and then there's a subject that you click on. So in the subject area, if you just know you need help on an assignment, you can put rubric support. And then in the subject, rubric support, and you'll see probably the most amount of tutors available because we all have an understanding of rubrics and how to help support you in the rubrics. If you're looking very specifically for somebody who can help with math, you'll probably want to put math in the subject area for certain. And then you'll see the times that they're available. You click on that time that works best for you. It gives the picture and some of the areas of expertise of the peer tutor, and then you select the person you feel comfortable with and the time that works best for you, and then you meet with them. Next slide, please. Yes, we do often have accounting students. Academic coaching, we have a few more steps to the process. So this is one where when you click on pre-scheduled support, you'll see peer tutors and you'll see academic coaches. If you click on academic coaches, you get this little message. The second one says, I struggle to do well no matter what class I'm in. So that would take you to the academic coaches. So if you're interested in developing your study skills, you click on that link and it takes you over to the academic coaching skills that we help with. We have 6 skills that you can select. And then you'll get the same kind of menu where you see the dates and times that people are available. And you click on it and then you'll see the coaches who are available and be able to book a time for a planning session with them so that you can meet and start developing a goal. Next slide, please. And then we have, if you're a person that just needs a little bit more information and learns well through videos, we have a lot of videos. We have a lot of sheet guides. We have so many things in our resource center. Our resource center is getting an upgrade, so it's going to be even more fantastic and easy to search in a little while. But we have a lot of things that can really help just in understanding some of the assignment and content better. So we have a lot of different ways for you to find that information, including this kind of self-paced information. Next slide, please. And speaking of which, we have our own YouTube channel. So once you click on one of the videos, it'll give you a link over to our YouTube channel and you can search us on YouTube. So we have tons of videos over there to help. So if you're a person that really gets a lot out of watching videos, I would say head on over there. I think that's all I have for my session, so I can hand it over to the next presenter. I'll post a little thing in here to let you know about how to connect with us. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. My name is Shanna Chartier. I am one of our directors of information literacy at the Shapiro Library. I'm here to kind of go over just a brief overview because, as Dr. J said, the library is really extensive and robust. There's a lot available in there. So without further ado, if you could go to the next slide. Perfect. So here is the library homepage. You might have noticed on the screenshot for academic support that you can get to the library on that little bar right at the top of your Brightspace screen. It's right next to the academic support link. So quick, easy way to get to the library. The homepage here, sorry, I'm getting a lot of the chat on my screen. So homepage here has a couple of things we always like to point out. Most importantly is the chat 24/7 with a librarian button on the top right-hand side, as well as the ask at snhu.lumanswers.com. So while you're researching, no matter what program you're in, you could be in business, you could be in education, you could be in nursing. We have librarians and we have student workers. We have a whole staff of folks at your disposal to help at any time. So while we are staffed, we have a front line of student workers who have been hired and trained to answer baseline research questions or any kind of navigation questions, things like that. So you can click on that little yellow button. You can get in with one of them. If your question is a little bit too, like, you know, it's a doozy, you might need a little extra help. They can then open a ticket and one of our trained, degreed librarians will then answer that question. And then when we are off hours, we outsource our resources to librarians all over the world. And we do that so that you can get help no matter what time you're doing your research. If you are Pacific time and you're a middle of the night kind of person, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, doesn't matter when. We will have a degreed trained librarian available to you to help you really, get the help that you need, get help with research, um, find those resources that you're looking for so that you can succeed. So happy to, always feel comfortable reaching out to us using that. Quick tour of the homepage. In the middle of the page here, you have our multi-search. It is probably the best place to go when you're doing your initial research. It's very robust. The word multi-search, all that really means is that you're searching several databases at the same time. So instead of kind of doing a subject-specific database, like if you were looking, like I said, specifically for business or nursing databases, we have an A to Z database list that can list those out. But if you're really kind of just starting out general, then the multi-search is a great place to do that. And something that a lot of folks tend to confuse is the multi-search box versus the FAQ box, which is down on the bottom right there. So FAQs are, how do I contact the bookstore? How do I cite artificial intelligence and APA, kind of questions that we get regularly, but they're not research questions. You're not going to find like research articles in our FAQ box. So just something to note. That's a common mistake that tends to happen. And then we've got our quick links box, which I can go into more detail in a moment. I know. I know, but it's here and we have to deal with artificial intelligence. You can go to the next slide, James. Okay, so on top of what we have on our regular page, we also have this nice, oh no, we've got a very, we've got strong sentiments about AI in the chat. We also have our drop down here, which has a couple of other options. A couple that I like to point out is you've got the library catalog. So if you're looking for books and as an online student, you are perfectly able to have books mailed to you. The library does provide that service. So if you find, or if you're local, like you can, or even if you're not, you can come to this actual physical Shapiro Library and we can check out books to you. Those are all things that are available to you as online students as well as campus students. So we definitely have lots of services available for that. And we do have another thing I like to point out here is I'm watching the chat flurry now, but is the periodical finder, which is a fancy term for a journal finder. Yes, you can get books mailed to you. And if you can type into the FAQ box, like, mail books or something, and like the drop down will come down and explain how you can do that. Or you can do our chat 24/7 library and they can get you that answer as well. But yeah, periodical finder. So if you're looking for like the Chronicle of Higher Education or, something very specific, you can click on that and you can search for it and then we'll be able to see, or you'll be able to see just what level of access we have available. So lots of different things. Like I said, this is a really like tip of the iceberg kind of overview because as you can see, there's a lot of stuff here. And we'll do the next slide. So I mentioned that I would go into the quick links a little bit later, and here we are. So we have the A to Z database list. That would be where you would click to go, like I said, multi-search, you're doing a general search, great place to go. If you're looking for if you're a business major and you want a SWOT analysis, you're not going to get that probably in the multi-search. You're going to want to go to a business-specific database. So A to Z database list, great place to go. Getting Started Guide is a really great link for research tips and tricks and how to best utilize the library databases. I would definitely recommend taking a look, skimming through it. Some really great resources there, and we've been building out a lot of really fresh new content as well. We do offer the Citing Your Sources Guide. So if you need help with, like I said, citing IA is the big thing now that we're talking about in academia and people being able to make sure that they're giving credit. We have resources to teach you how to do that. So we also have interlibrary loan as an option. So if we don't have the resource, you can go into interlibrary loan, put in the information, and we can request it from another institution. So whether that is again, a physical book or it is an article, you need a PDF, we can get that for you. Everything else on this list is a little bit more. There's some campus-centric stuff, diversity, equity, inclusion, academic integrity, great things to look into on our page as well. But like I said, lots of stuff. We're happy to support. You've got that big yellow happy button on the top right side. So we're happy to help with whatever whatever questions come your way, send them our way and we'll guide you in the right direction. And I think that might be it for me. Is that the next slide? Yeah, all right. I was like, you'd think I'd know by now. All right, so I'm going to pass it off to Ellie.
Awesome. Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm super excited to be here with you all today. My name is Ali Putba, and I'm the Associate Director of Alumni Engagement here at SNHU. I graduated in 2016 from campus with my bachelor's of hospitality, so I'm a fellow SNHU grad. And I'm excited to talk about all the ways that you can connect with our office even before you graduate. So to start us off, I have a question, and I would love for you to answer in the chat. How many alumni do you think we have in our SNHU community? You could just drop your guesses in the chat. Millions, not yet. 250,000 tons, yeah, lots. I love these answers. These are awesome. James, if you want to go to the next slide. So as of this month, we have over 256,000 living alumni as a part of our SNHU community. Over 193,000 alumni have graduated from an online program, which is about 75% of our total alumni population. Some top 5 degrees types that are held from alumni in online programs. I'll just run through those real quick so you know what those breakdowns are. About 26% of our alumni graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree, and so this could be a degree in business, human resource management, economics, or finance. About 17% of our alumni have graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree. This could have been a degree in communications or justice studies or psychology. About 11% of our alumni have graduated with a Master's of Science degree. This could be a degree in accounting, business analytics, IT, or marketing. And about 6% of our alumni have graduated with a Master's of Business Administration, MBA. Many of our alumni also hold 2 or more degrees or certificates, so they definitely have the Penman pride. Awesome. All right, I have another question before going to the next slide. If you want to write your answers in the chat again, what states do you think we have the largest populations of our SNHU alumni in? Hampshire, Alabama, awesome. Texas, California, New York, yeah, all great guesses. Mass, awesome. James will go to the next one. So as the map shows, these are some of the biggest buckets of our alumni in the US. If you don't see your state represented, don't worry. There are most likely alumni, if not in your community, one of the next towns over from you. Our SNHU alumni are truly everywhere. What also may surprise you is that SNHU is truly global. We have over 150 countries where alumni live and work. And some of our biggest populations include Malaysia, Rwanda, Vietnam, Thailand, and Canada. Next slide, please. In our office, we are so lucky to work with amazing students, alumni, donors, volunteers, staff, and faculty at SNHU. These are just some of the ways that we engage alumni and how alumni engage with different parts of the university that directly impact you. As our friends in career services mentioned, their teams utilize Handshake for jobs and internships. So what may be surprising is that some of the folks that are recruiting for positions are alumni of SNHU. So you could potentially land a job where an SNHU alum could be your coworker or your boss. Our population runs very deep and wide. Also, as a student, you can apply to scholarships, and these scholarships may be directly funded by an alum or a member of the SNHU community who definitely wants to support you in your educational journey. And through our office, we provide resources alongside the Student Financial Services Office. Next slide, please. There are so many opportunities throughout the year in which our office collaborates with different departments on. This is one example of our partnership with the Office of Student Involvement, faculty engagement, and the ceremonies and events team. There were a series of events that I was able to go to in Austin, Texas, gosh, maybe a couple months ago now, where we had alumni and student networking together. We also had some faculty in the area, and it was just wonderful to be a part of. So many great conversations that were happening, and it's truly a unique experience when many of our SNHU community members come together in celebration of SNHU. These are some of the recently traveled to places, as Mandy mentioned. They were just in Cleveland, and we have Chicago coming up and Washington, D.C. as well. The next two slides are areas and other examples of collaboration across the whole SNHU community. Homecoming is coming up next weekend. I can't believe it's finally here, but it's one of our biggest events. It happens each year in October. It celebrates all of our members of the SNHU community, from students both on campus and online, faculty, staff, parents, and supporters, and some of our alumni. Events that are always a hit are virtual paint night, big money bingo, and virtual 5K. Please save the date and join us if you're able to. We have a bunch of virtual opportunities as well as on-demand opportunities as well. We have a scavenger hunt, a virtual 5K. We have our Spotify playlist. We have speed trivia this year, which is going to be super awesome. So very excited to welcome you all to the celebrations that are happening next weekend. Next page is our Global Days of Service, which happens each spring and is a great way for folks to connect as a part of the larger community and engage in civic engagement. This next year will be our 10th year, and we're really excited to see what that involvement looks like. But just to give a quick update on this past year, we had over 1,500 new students, faculty, staff, and alumni volunteer, over 10,000 hours of service during our 9th annual Global Days of Service. Participants were able to join in an official project in their area, participate on their own as a DIY project through the months of March and April. There were projects that took place over 47 states, Guam, and 5 countries. And so we are, like I said, the 10th year is coming up, and we are super excited to see all that is this next spring. Awesome. Let's go to the next slide, James. Thank you. So is it worth staying connected? We hope so. We want you to be connected with our office. So yes, big yes from us. You can connect with our office as a current student by attending events and connecting with alumni. You can follow us on our social channels and stay in the know. I hope you all will consider joining us for homecoming next weekend, and be on the lookout for all the other amazing opportunities to come. We're wishing you all the best in your educational journey and can't wait to watch you succeed. Pass it on to the next person. Thanks for being here today, guys.
All right. So with those who are taking IDS 105 and 107, just know that there are a couple opportunities for that course, just to ensure that you have additional support and resources. So peer connections will be fostered in that course. And then also there'll be some weekly and on-demand webinars to help just unpack the assignments and think about what else is needed as you go through that experience. Some just-in-time resources, a couple of focus videos, and then it's committed to your success. So that's why that's built into those courses. As we know, some of those are the first courses that individuals will take. And then also SNHU Connect. I know Mandy mentioned earlier about the community that's there for new students. So feel free to be a part of that so that you can get a timely and up-to-date information about how things are progressing at SNHU and supporting your journey within your first year and even beyond that. So those preterm webinars, the ones that are coming up, that date's out of date, but it's more to let you know that that's what the first one's going to be for the term. So we do that rolling continually for each course. So the top 10 tips for success, don't worry, you're going to get communication about what that session is. And then also want to talk briefly about the peer mentorship program. The peer mentorship program is a program that's definitely outlined to help support you all and making sure that you have what you need as far as navigating the institution. So the peer mentors are not peer tutors. The peer mentors are individuals who have been to SNHU and know how to help get you connected to supports and resources. They're not going to sit there like they're not tutors. Like I said, they're not going to work on your paper. They're not going to do math problems with you or anything like that. There's a form that I will drop in the chat so that you all can access that service. So give me a second. I will drop that link here. So you'll see that online survey. That's a link to the peer mentorship program. But with the peer mentorship program, just know that they're going to help to give you tips to succeed, share best practices and tips that have worked for them and that can support you, and then connect you, as I mentioned, with the resources. If you're like, okay, wait a minute, how do I actually connect with or locate academic support? How do I, go to this area within this online space? And we know that some of you may be new to an online institution. Some of you may have not been in college for some time, and it's perfectly fine wherever you are, or if this is your first time being exposed to college, period. It doesn't matter where you are. We will support you, and we have mentors that can support you in any way. See in the chat, some individuals are asking about possibly, getting this information later. This is recorded. Okay, so this is a recorded session, and know that this recording will be sent out. But some overall benefits of peer mentorship. So 88%, this is nationally, 88% report an increase in productivity. And also for the program at SNHU, a little over 80% of our students that participated with the peer mentorship program persisted on to their next term because they were able to get the resources and get some quick questions answered. Mentees, 30% more likely to graduate. That's also from some national data. And then 81% higher college persistence than their peers without a mentor. So when you meet with a mentor, just come in and take advantage of the opportunity. Think about what do you want out of that session as far as what kind of supports or resources. So be quite objective. And guess what? If you don't know, that's perfectly fine, because sometimes you're in a situation to where you don't know what you don't know. That's okay. Unpack that with the mentor, and they'll work with you to help you think about a game plan on next steps and connect you with some supports. And then just be willing to have those hard conversations. So it's best to be vulnerable and share, hey, you know what? I don't think I'm doing too as well as I want to at this point. And then the mentor can say, okay, that's perfectly fine. I've been there. Let's think about a plan and put support resources to connect you with. And they may follow up with you and hold you accountable and say, hey, last time we spoke, we talked about you getting some writing feedback through academic support. How was that appointment? Can you tell me about that? So making sure that there's an accountability partner with that, and you'll have that with the program, and just commit to it. But the peer mentors are ready to connect. I dropped that link in the chat. Feel free to open that form, and that online form will take you to accessing the peer mentorship program and accessing that, so you can make sure that you get connected with that. So with that, that is, I guess, enough of all the talking that we have done, but it's been great to engage with you. This is a QR code for a survey. You can go ahead and pull out your phones, scan that code, and we would love for you to take a quick survey so that we can get your feedback about this session. All right, so go ahead and take a moment to take out your cell phones if you have them on deck, and scan that QR code, and we want your feedback. All right, so with all that being said, I just want you all to reiterate PEN, persist, engage, network. That's what all of these resources are set here to do, to ensure that you have the best experience possible at SNHU. We not only want you to get accepted, we want you to walk across the stage. Leverage your resources in this time as you get ready for your courses. If you're uncertain about accessing technology, if you're uncertain about next steps and just some best practices to make sure that you're on the right path, talk to your advisor. let them know, and they can at least direct you to where to go and address some of those concerns. They are very well versed in helping to navigate and connect you, but make sure you take the advice and do something with that so that you can make the best of your experience as much as possible. So with all that being said, know that there will be some communication regarding the recording of this session that you'll have ready for you. You will also have some other communications to connect you with other resources across the institution. Just take a step back. It's not to overwhelm you at all. We just want you to know what's available for you. All right. So take care of yourselves. I know there's a lot of inclement weather across the country, so want to make sure that everyone else is well. So wanted to throw that out there. I'm glad that someone mentioned that within the chat, and making sure that there's a level of care associated with that. So our hearts and minds are with you all, and want to make sure that you have what you need to be successful at SNHU. All right. So remember that. Seek the support. We're here. We got you. There are people on the other side of the screen committed to your success. Take care of yourselves. And once again, welcome to SNHU. So glad to have you here.